Picture. Good morning, Facebook. Welcome to another Monday morning session, Coffee Talk with Corinna. I'm Corinna Daninger with eXp Realty, and I'm very excited to announce today's visitor. We're going to be talking about something very exciting, homeowners insurance in Florida. Please help me welcome Matt Steiner with Steiner, help me out here.
Steiner Insurance.
Thank you. Monday morning.
Thank you so much for having us, though.
Thank you for coming, and I'm sorry about the...
But what an honor it is to be on this show with you today.
Thank you. Well, cheers to you, and good luck. No, I'm kidding.
Don't pay.
All right, so now that we're all caffeined up on a Monday morning, and we love Mondays on this show, we're going to be talking about some fun things today. And I know a lot of people in Florida, myself included, who are homeowners are like, what is going on with insurance today? Matt? Like I said, good luck.
So you know. You've noticed a little bit, right?
A little bit.
Oh, man. It's been crazy.
It is, huh?
Insurance rates are going through the roof.
Just like mortgage insurance.
Just
Mortgage
rates,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, insurance rates are going 20, 30, 40, I want to say even 50, 60% on your renewals. We have carriers going out of business. So
that's crazy. I never
world.
thought I'd see that right now in our world. It's definitely a shift, not just in the real estate market, but also in the insurance market, right?
Yes, I mean it's just insane, and I would say that the number one cause to that is, in my opinion, is really the litigation. And I'll give you a stat: 9% of home claims come from Florida within the United States, which is normal, but then about 80% of home litigation comes from Florida. So that it gives you an idea, where is all the litigation coming from?
Why are we having to go through so many lawsuits with our homeowners insurance in Florida?
Sure. I'll give you an example. Okay. You get we're seeing a lot of door-to-door roofers, right? We have a hailstorm, hurricane comes through. So you get a door-to-door roofer, comes to your door, knock, hey, we noticed damage on your roof, and we think we can get coverage through your insurance. So let's file a claim. They have you sign over what they call an assignment of benefits. It gives the right to the roofer to now file that claim on your behalf. So they file the claim. Initially, it might be denied, and then they push it forward. They work with some local law firms, and then that $14,000 roof quote now turns into the carrier paying out about $45,000.
That's crazy.
And the carriers just can't keep up with that.
No. And I'm sure having the west coast of Florida hit so many times with some big hurricanes have not helped that situation either.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then hail in Florida.
What's going on?
You can't expect that.
Kind of like the snow in San Diego last week.
Exactly.
It's so crazy.
Only so many things you can prepare for.
That's right. So, all right. So homeowners kind of pick and choose what you decide to run through your claims to try to help yourselves, right? Because the more the claims.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We always recommend trying to get the issue remediated without necessarily filing a claim right away. So you can call out like a roofer, or you can call out like a plumber or like a restoration company to look at the damage first and address it and see if it's even worth filing a claim, because the majority of those times it's just worth paying out of pocket, especially with your deductible. Most of the times it's under.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you file a claim if you need to. That's what it's there for.
That's great. That's awesome. So talk to us about what can we be doing to maybe save a little money on our insurance?
Sure. Two things, right? We talk about all these rate increases. So my first thing is pay attention to your renewals when they're coming in the mail, because with these large rate increases, it's important just to reshop every few years. When you get a carrier who's renewing and it's a 50% rate increase, well, if you're not paying attention to that, your mortgage company's just going to pay it. So keep an eye out for your renewals. The other thing I'm really excited about today is the grant program that's available.
Oh, what is that?
So it's to help make your home more hurricane ready. Okay.
Oh, talk to me more.
So what I mean by that is it's if you wanted to upgrade your roof, the roof covering, going from the 3-tab shingles to the architectural, what they call like dimensional shingles. the roof deck attachment, which is the nail spacing, or roof to wall, or even impact windows.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
right.
so a couple things to qualify for the grant. It's a maximum of, first of all, it's $10,000 max.
Okay.
They give you $2 for every dollar that you spend.
Wow.
Okay, so if you have a $15,000 roof, you pay $5, and then the grant would give you $10.
That's
incredible.
incredible.
Great program to take advantage
That
of.
is awesome.
So if you are interested in that, there's a website. I'll throw it out there. It's my my safe SAFE and then FL and then home.com. And it has to be your primary residence. The home has to be under $500,000 listed on your homeowner's insurance. And as long as the home was built prior to 2008.
Okay, so we'll make sure we put that website up on this post too.
I would definitely recommend it. Yeah,
absolutely. That's fantastic.
So a new roof is going to help with your insurance premiums, right? And any upgrades, impact windows, those are all discounts.
Impact windows, not only does it upgrade your house, and if you get the vinyl, it'll save you money on your electric bill. And it makes your house more valuable for resale later. That's fantastic. And you don't have to put up your hurricane shutters if you don't want to.
Exactly. It's
so
easy.
It's like a triple threat there.
It knocks everything out of the park right there.
Oh my gosh. So Matt, what type of things should we be considering when we're shopping for insurance?
Sure. So coverage is going to be a big thing.
Speaking of which, coverage is all about Citizens lately. The more houses I'm closing on, the more I'm seeing Citizens pop up.
Sure, absolutely. So Citizens has always had this, we call it a bad rap, if you will, right? So in fact, they're still marketed as the carrier of last resort. So you got all these other third-party carriers. Their rates have gone through the roof.
Like bonkers.
Yeah. And their underwriting guidelines have become so difficult to write with. Like you might have a carrier that only takes a home 1 year or newer, okay? Or they want roofs 5 years or newer.
Right.
So these other third-party carriers, they become so difficult and their rates are so expensive. Citizens, by default, has just become more and more popular. So now you talk about coverages, right? So there's some things that Citizens does not offer. So make sure that when you're getting quotes, we try to offer a couple different quotes. Citizens may be an option there for you, but look at the coverages. We want to make sure that when you're going through your homeowner's declarations page, you understand what you're covered for, but also what you're not covered for. And then if Citizens is that option, which they are the largest policyholder in the state of Florida. So it's just something to keep an eye out for. I don't have any, Citizens isn't a bad company. They're a state-owned company. But if it's an option for you, it's viable, and it's saving you $1,000 or more in homeowners insurance, it's worth taking a look at.
Absolutely. And sometimes that's all the only way we can get to the closing table, because we're down to dollars for people to be able to afford their home.
Sure.
And it's really created a craziness for us. So thank you on that.
Absolutely.
So one last question, and I know I'm going to throw you a winger because we haven't talked about it, but let's talk about flood insurance for a second.
Sure.
Because something that really hit home this past year was everything that happened in Southwest Florida. And I know, me personally, I had a situation when I lived in New Jersey with a basement, and we had a horrific, crazy amount of snow that came in. And of course, the only place the snow could go, because we all lived on narrow lots, was up against the house in order to get your car out. And then all this snow melted and it came into my basement, right? Which basements are made out of what we make our houses out of here, right?
Sure.
Cinder blocks. And you can literally watch the water coming in, right? So when my insurance adjuster came out, he explained to me that it was a flood and I would not get insurance, no coverage. And so he explained to me the only way to get that taken care of is if I had flood insurance on my home, because otherwise it would have to come through my roof. Is that the same way it works here?
Correct. Yeah. So flood insurance is rising water coming from the outside into the home.
Okay? Right. Or just the way the wind's blowing it. Right?
Correct. It could be that as well.
Yep.
So flood insurance is fairly affordable. You're talking $400, $500, $600 if you're not in a flood zone. And most likely you'll have to pay it out of pocket. They typically don't tie that in through the mortgage company if it's not required.
Right. I personally, living in Florida, have always put flood insurance on my house.
Sure. Because
I know if that right storm is coming by, I want to be able to pack up and not worry I'm covered top to bottom.
Absolutely.
Or bottom up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good policy to have. In fact, one of the things that Citizens has changed, so since they're the most popular carrier right now, they're going to be requiring flood insurance coming up here soon. So for every homeowner's insurance policy written with Citizens, they're now going to require flood insurance. So it's going to make them even more expensive.
Right.
But it also gives you a policy that you
actually are covered for real.
Covered.
Yeah. Especially in Florida. I know I sell in a lot of areas that are high and dry. Me personally, I want that peace of mind.
Sure.
Yeah. So thank you for talking about that
Yeah,
with me.
my pleasure.
Well, I hope this was very informative for all of you. If you are looking for a new quote on your property or you're getting ready to close on a house, please reach out to my friend Matt. He has done a great job for me and all of my clients that have used him. And I cannot wait to see you next Monday. Wait till you see who our special guest is. Thanks again, Matt. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great day, and I will see you on the next video.